All right, today we're going to look at a couple of books. The first one is first appeared in 1605. The author's name was Cervantes. The book itself is called Don Quixote. And Don Quixote is an armchair knight. He has immersed his life right up to the point of action in reading about knights and about deeds of chivalry. And he thinks it's high time that he go out into the wide world and perform these deeds of chivalry. He imagines a worthy woman for this cause. He sees monsters where there aren't any, oppression where there is none, and with his high ideals plunges forth with very little care. He's attended to by his squire, and it makes for a wonderful comic novel. And one of the accolades given to Cervantes is that this may be the first novel in the genre, and which is surprising given Cervantes was even around to write it, given his personal history, among other things, being enslaved in the Mediterranean. Anyway, he survived all his adventures himself and came to write an adventure story and really shook up not only the Spanish world, it's originally written in Spanish, but the entire literate world with this first new thing that people came to call a novel. There are some other claims, of course, but Cervantes is given credit for that. And when you read this, it is a big book. It is long and it's in places ponderous, but it is absolutely like all of these big books. You look at them and say, I can't read that. That's not 200 pages. It's 800 pages, but worth it if it can not only fulfill your knowledge of Western literature, but give you a great adventure as well. And Cervantes is not as doesn't practice digressions as except for the plot line itself being a series of digressions. He's easy to read. I've only read him in translation, Edith Grossman's translation in particular. So when you look at this and when you see what he has done, it is well worth finding out the founder of the genre, and well worth seeing how the novels have progressed since then or have not progressed. In many cases, founders of the genre fill up the genre. And there's in many ways you can see the plot lines and the techniques of other novels to follow all in Cervantes. Anyway, he's a wonderful read. Don't be daunted by the page count. Plunge in and go along in the adventure. The next novel is by Henry Fielding called Tom Jones, written about 150 years after Cervantes. And I juxtapose these two because Henry Fielding wanted to be known as the English Cervantes. And for what it counts, we can call him that, for all it hurts. And I have no problem bestowing that on him. He has written a tremendous novel in Tom Jones. And Tom Jones is a foundling. He appears on the He appears on the doorstep of a gentleman, and he is raised by that gentleman, and he goes through, Tom Jones does, a series of comic events. And this is called a picaresque novel. And I mentioned a picaresque novel earlier, in an earlier video without explaining it. It's where the plot is episodic, the character is unchanging, usually roguish, or even villainous. In this case, Tom Jones is roguish, a lovable rogue. And he moves from the outlying countryside into the city, and exposing hypocrisy, I should say. Wonderful scenes between doctor and patient. Wonderful scenes between preacher and congregation. And as you read these, you will understand what I mean. A thoroughly enjoyable read, and Tom Jones, of course, it's been filmed, as has Cervantes, but Tom Jones even more. Tom Jones, Henry Fielding was a judge, so where did he get the cynicism for his characters? Well, I would expect a judge seeing the parade of humanity go through your court would be fodder enough. So if you want to read a tremendous English novel that will have you put your book down in laughter, and also learn a little bit about English history as well, because the novel was written in 1749, and you can learn a little bit more about English history through this novel, but don't even let that be, of course, the main reason for reading it. The main reason for reading it is entertainment and enjoyment, and you will certainly have both.